round number 30 coming up. 16 more rounds left, 16 more games left for most teams in the division after this round of fixtures. This should be intriguing, and we've got some very tasty fixtures coming up too. We'll start by reviewing round number 29, where there's an okay week. I had a couple of correct scorelines. I had Bristol City to beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-0, Blackburn, Watford as a 1-1 draw. That was perfect. I had a few results. And Millwall to beat Charlton, Borough to beat Preston, QPR, Wrexham to beat QPR, and Hull to beat Swansea just by the wrong scoreline. But generally, not the worst sort of result outcomes in the world. There were a couple of shock results, like Oxford going to Leicester and winning. Obviously, West Brom scoring really late on against Derby. That meant it was a 1-1 draw. I would have got the result for that if that didn't happen. Norwich beating Coventry, a little bit of a surprise. Yeah, overall not most shabby, not too shabby for me personally. We'll start with round 30. Let's look ahead, and we'll start with Friday night, where Bristol City will play Derby County at Ashton Gate, and this should be very intriguing. Derby have been linked with Sammy Szmodics quite heavily. He will probably not be signed in time for this game, but that looks like that might happen sooner rather than later. Bristol City still need to get some signings in through the door. Nothing, I don't think, will be announced in time. Sorry, for this game against Derby, but possibly Hull next time round. Next weekend, we could see a couple in by then and could play against the Tigers. This will be a really difficult game for Bristol City. John Eustace sides we saw earlier in the season when Derby were completely depleted, nowhere near the squad strength they have now. Very competitive, hard to beat. Are going to make it nuisance, and away from home they've been pretty decent this season. Derby, so I'll back the Rams to get something. I'll back Bristol City to get something. I think that'll be not the worst result ever. I'll go City 1, Derby 1. Stoke versus Saints is next, and yeah, the reverse fixture for this was a statement Stoke win that's down at St Mary's, but I don't know. I'm a little bit on the fence with this one. You can probably see where I'm going with this. Stoke have got injuries, particularly in the goalkeeping department. They've got injuries up top too, but they have brought in someone from the Netherlands on loan until the end of the season with an obligation, I think, so he could potentially play. I think Smits. So he could play for the Potters today against Southampton. Southampton struggling for form. They drew 1-1 in the South Coast Derby away at Portsmouth. Whether or not they're going to be able to put together a run to go and get in one of those playoff positions, I'm unsure. So I'll back a draw. I'll go Stoke 1, Southampton 1. My second 1-1 in two games. Sheffield Wednesday versus Wrexham. You'd make Wrexham clear favourites in this. They're on a very, very good run of form. Sheffield Wednesday are obviously incredibly depleted. And what a win for Wrexham. That was 2-1 down, minute 89, minute 90. Turning it around like that, just unreal. So fair play to Wrexham. And Windass scoring, Rathbone scoring, Callum Doyle scoring. Pretty good stuff from a Wrexham perspective. Sheffield Wednesday depleted. I saw them at Ashton Gate. They were okay in parts, relatively competitive, but can't sustain it for 90 minutes, can they? Unfortunately. So I'll back Wrexham. I'll back Sheffield Wednesday for a goal. I think it'll be narrow, but I'll go Sheffield Wednesday 1, Wrexham 2. Leicester versus Charlton is up next, and this is an interesting one because Leicester obviously just sacked Marcos Fuentes, and maybe there's a bit of a reaction from those Leicester players of just it's not Marcos Fuentes. Obviously, Andy King is in post there temporarily on an interim basis. Obviously, formerly Leicester player, won promotion from League One, Championship, and won the Premier League with Leicester, so certified club legend status over at the King Power. Maybe he gets a reaction out of those Leicester players. At Charlton are rubbish at the moment, aren't they? They're terrible. So I'll back Leicester. Narrow win at the King Power. I'll go Leicester 1, Charlton 0. QPR versus Coventry is up next, and this one is interesting because I know QPR sort of fell apart really late on. They did go down to 10 men, but that shouldn't really be an excuse for crumbling so quickly. Everything unravels so quickly for them against Wrexham, because that red card came really late on against Wrexham, and they crumbled. Have got goals in them. Rangers, Coventry taking a little bit of a stumble themselves. We thought they were sort of back on track after winning a couple of games in a row against Millwall and Leicester. Millwall, team direct rival in the top six, and obviously Leicester being a local rivalry, but then went and lost at Norwich, where that's just a blip and they'll go on a run again. I don't know, but I think this is going to be a tough game for them, so I'll back a draw. I'm a little bit unsure. I'm not fully convinced by me backing Coventry if I do back them. So I'll go draw. I'll go Desmond. I'll go goals. QPR 2, Coventry 2. Watford versus Swansea. Watford have had a little bit of a wobble. They've gone 3 without a win, 4 if you include the FA Cup game against Bristol City. They lost into Millwall, drew against Portsmouth and Blackburn, which will be the frustrating thing. This is one of those similar games, purely because Swansea are pretty rubbish away from home. They've been very, very good under Vitor Matos at Swansea.com. Away from home, they're a little bit sort of less convincing. They lost. Hull could have easily got something from that game if Zambit Potnik was his normal self. Wasn't, unfortunately for the Swansea. So I'll back Watford to get back on track and possibly leapfrog a few teams to get into the top six. I'll go Watford 2, Swansea 1. This is a huge, mammoth game. Pompey versus West Brom. This is an unbelievably seismic game on so many levels. One, West Brom played Norwich just a week ago, a few days ago actually, and got torn apart in that sort of head-to-head down near the bottom. Played a 5 at the back. It was wingers at wing back, Mikey Johnson at right wing back, and it just didn't work, and they got ripped apart 5-0. This is a completely different test because it'll be away from home, where West Brom have been pretty rubbish this season. They've lost 10 in a row, and the only reason it's not 11 is because of the 90th minute equaliser by Chris Metham. I probably think they deserved it, and it was a fair result, but still, they're pretty tragic away from Home Albion this season. I can't see them sort of coping with the physicality that Pompey are going to throw at them. Pompey are really going to target Max O'Leary, aren't they? And look, I love Max, but he threw one in, didn't he? Against West Brom, or against Derby, sorry. Against West Brom, yeah, definitely was. It just, yeah, not a good start for Max. And look, I think he's a good shot stopper. I think he's a pretty decent championship goalkeeper. He does have that sort of mistake in him. And if you put him under pressure, just feel like he might crack. So I'll back Pompey for the win. I'll go Pompey 1, West Brom 0, and that could spell big, huge trouble for Eric Ramsey and West Brom. And yeah, 20th at the moment, 3 points above the dotted line. Pompey have got 2 games in hand. Blackburn have got a game in hand, so have Oxford. But points don't get accumulated very fast down near the bottom. But anyway, that could be a huge drive if that does come in. Oxford versus Birmingham. Oxford, another team down near the bottom. They've had a nice little sort of run under Bloomfield. 3 games, 3 undefeated, a couple of draws, and then a very impressive win away at Leicester. Went 2-0 up, and then as you can see, there was 6 minutes to go and just about got over the line. This will be a different test though, and I think Birmingham are not going to be as sort of vulnerable as Leicester are. I think they're going to try and control the ball. Having that much of the ball will mean, I think, might mean Oxford are kind of negated in that forward sort of area. So I'll back Birmingham for the away win. I think they might just have that little bit of quality, especially with the new signings that have been brought in. Prisk, Osman, Vicente from Spain, big money signings, most of them. So I'll back Birmingham narrowly. I'll go Oxford 0, Birmingham 1. Maybe one of those new signings to make an impact straight away and nick a winner. Middlesbrough versus Norwich. Again, another huge game because this feels like a big test for Middlesbrough. Ignore where Norwich are on the league table completely because they're brilliant. They're flying. And despite them being in 18th, Philippe Clement has got them firing all cylinders. They were well worth the win against Coventry on the Monday night, and I thought they were very, very impressive. And this will show what Middlesbrough are really about. And they've got Jeremy Sarmiento in through the door now, which is a pretty impressive signing on a loan with an obligation. So maybe they just have that little bit more in the final third. I think this being at the Riverside definitely massively favours Middlesbrough. The travel from Norwich is going to be, for Norwich, will be obviously not ideal. So I'll back Borough narrowly at home. I'll go Middlesbrough 2, Norwich 1. Maybe a late winner from one of those Middlesbrough front lines to get them over the line. Might not be Delano Bergsall though. Millwall versus Sheffield United is up next. Millwall sat in 5th. They are 6 points clear of 7th place Bristol City. And yeah, they're on the right all season, aren't they? Millwall? 4-0 win over Charlton and Derby. Absolute demolition job. Were brilliant. Millwall could have had more than 4 goals. Could have been 7. Could have been 8. It was incredibly impressive from Millwall, and they've added in the week with Barry Bannon coming in as well. So yeah, this is a tough game because Sheffield United are a good side as well. At the Den, you've got to back Millwall in such a big game. I think that might just get them over the line. So I'll go Millwall 2, Sheffield United 1. Penultimately, it is Ipswich versus Preston North End. Ipswich lost 3-1 at Sheffield United, as I just mentioned, and a bit of an open game. Both teams could have had more, and Sheffield United ran out winners at Bramall Lane. I don't think Ipswich should be looking at that too much. Yes, Middlesbrough won, Hull won, but Coventry lost. So it's kind of not the worst possible outcome after they'd lost on that 3 p.m. kickoff. They're going to be targeting 3 points here against Preston side, who battered again on the weekend against Middlesbrough. That's 4-0, and then that was obviously followed by a 3-0 win, 3-0 defeat at home, and that obviously lost 1-0 home to Derby as well. This could be a lot. I'll go 3-0 Ipswich at Portman Road. Maybe Anton Metty to join in on the act as well. Finally, Blackburn versus Hull. Got to make Hull favourites here, haven't you? They're very good away from home. Blackburn in turmoil, and Hull are just scoring goals for fun. And you can look at the XG numbers and say, oh, they're overperforming, and then they're 24th in the XG table or whatever it is, 18th. And ultimately, you've got to look at the pitch. They're 4th at the minute. They've given themselves a lovely buffer to 7th place, and have got a game in hand. They're level on points with Ipswich, who are obviously some people's favourites to get 2nd place. They're seriously in an automatic promotion conversation. Just being playing with you, I don't think they'll get 2nd place, but I think they could definitely nail down a playoff spot relatively sort of soonish by the end of the campaign. And yeah, I think they'll win here. I'll go Blackburn 1, Hull 2. I think that toxicity around Ewood Park will just feed into Hull City. So I'll go Blackburn 1, Hull 2. That is it, though. Thank you very much for watching these game week 30 predictions. Can't believe we're already at game week 30. Gone like that, doesn't it? Championship season for you, everyone. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you haven't already subscribed to the Irish Foot channel. Thank you very much for the support. We've recently reached 1,000 subscribers, which has been obviously incredible. So thank you very much for your support, and it's massively appreciated. Anyway, thank you all. Keep safe, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.